like your glasses.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Brand New Media Show today. Today, we're on part 3 of our mental health issues and solution. I have mental health ambassador coach, MICHAL Modonski, and I also have this young lady, LASHANA Lewis. Welcome, everyone. Before I get started, welcome, everyone.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
So, LASHANA went into a deep depression. This young lady tried to commit suicide because of her financial and economic situation. And on my previous show, Coach Modonski gave her an assignment to do. So today we're going to go over that assignment, and also she's going to go into the story. She's going to start the story of the reason why she tried to commit suicide. So Coach Modonski, I'm going to turn the torch over to you as always. Welcome. And I turn it over to you.
Thank you very much, Brenda. Welcome, everybody. Hello, LASHANA. Nice seeing you again.
Same here.
And well, listen, it's the first question that I wanted to ask you. And I believe it's very important. It's, well, possibly the most important of all the questions I'm going to ask today. Well, because you are here with us right now. What both of us, Brenda and I, really appreciate, and well, we're happy that you are here, that we can find out about what you were going through and how you came out of it. That's why the question that I want to ask right now is, why do you want to live? What makes your life worth living?
It's 3 things actually. First was I'm a godmother. So my godson is 1. So that image of him came to my mind, like what would happen if when he gets older and he finds out what happened to me, why did I did that, what kind of example would I be to him? And my second was my mother. She's going through, you know, her issues with her health. And I didn't want to put her in any more debt than what we are already in at the moment. And third is I'm a believer, and Christ was the main focus. My godson and my mom, those were the 3 things that kept me from not wanting to pursue that. It's because I literally asked God to help me. So God can you help me before I do something stupid and where I won't, because you know that I was being selfish because I didn't care. I just didn't want anybody to interrupt me. I was just being real selfish. So those were the 3 things that kept me, and I asked God to literally help me. So that's why I'm still here today.
Fantastic, and that's very interesting and very deep answer, because if we look into it, it's the core of our existence, our relationships. That's something that's very important.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that leads us in the first place to thinking at all about taking our own lives.
Right.
We stop thinking about the people around us and about how much we mean to them and how much value we bring. And the spiritual aspect is very important as well in here, because well, similar like that we are just spiritual beings having, well, not just, we are spiritual beings Yes, I cannot thank you enough for being here with us. Well, because there is a lot of people going through difficult times right now, and if they had it, well, have a chance to hear your story, their life is going to change completely upside down.
Right.
So tell us, please, how did it all started? When did you realize that your situation is overwhelming and there is nothing you can do about this? And when you started to, well, consciously suffer?
Oh, wow. Wow. I'm sorry. This other thing is trying to connect me.
Yes. Okay, we're
Oh,
back.
my gosh. It started, what pushed me over was like without a job. I've been without a job for 2.5 months. And so everything was kind of going rocky because back rent is due and front rent is due. So for me, what the boiling point was for me is my cell phone was turned off, my utility bill was cut off. So we was in the house for a couple of days without any electricity, running hot running water, and be able to eat food. So for me, that was a jarring point. But what started me to get to that point, it was because I lost my job July 19th. And from down there, it spiraled out of control, but I was trying to grab myself back in. So those days I would try to maintain and, keep a positive energy. And every day I would try to find something to help me, but I felt myself just going down, 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 down. And when that happened with my electricity bill being off and with my cell phone bill, that's what tipped it over the edge for me to say that, look, I'm tired. I've been applying to jobs. Nobody is calling. I'm not getting the help that I need. I apply for assistance. Nobody wants the help, to be honest. Like, I've did everything that I know to do. And I just got tired. I was like, I don't want to, what's the point of keep trying? Because I'm not getting help on my end. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not getting any help. So when that happened, my utility went off, I believe, on a Thursday. So, me and my mom, we were trying to stay in the house because that night we still had, the water was still warm. So we were still able to take showers the night. And then that next day, took her to rehab. And that day after that Friday, we, the phone cut off and I just said, look, I can't do this anymore. And we had just got back home and I put on some workout clothes and I went to go and work out. But while I was on the treadmill, I was walking down there, I was just crying this whole time. And I just saw the pool. I was like, man, I want to go and drown myself. Cause I just like, I was just tired. But the whole time I just felt heavy. I felt dark. I felt lonely. But that was in my mind because, you're never lonely. You isolate yourself. So I was basically isolating myself to that point where I just like, the pool, it was a girl in there. So I like, I can't do it right now because she's going to stop me. So I literally had to wait for people to leave out. And thankfully I didn't do it because, like I said, I was literally asking God to help me. So that would have been a tragic day for the people at my apartments, for my mom, for my family, my friends, and, associates. That would have been a tragic day of if I would have went through because of my financial situation with me not having a job,
Well, Shauna, I'm gonna let you continue, okay, sweetheart? But your mom was very, very sick and she almost died, right? And that's the reason why you didn't have a job, because your job let you go, because you had to take care of your mom.
Right.
Your mom had a stroke, your mom had a heart attack, and your mom, what else your mom had?
She was septic.
Okay.
Yeah, her blood was bad where her kidneys was shutting down.
And you are the only child, right? It's just you and your mom.
I'm the baby.
Okay. So you had to take care of your mom.
Yes, ma'am. And
your job let you go.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
So you were devastated. Okay. So you can continue with your story.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much what what drew me to that point, because I was trying to still go to work when I had the job. I was trying to go to work and, you know, take care of my mom and still
Day
trying
job.
to, yeah, when I did have the job. And when they let me go, it was unexpected because I just worked that week prior, and then that Monday and then that Tuesday was going fine. And they called me into the office and I'm thinking, hey, it's a surprise party or something. I never thought that was going to happen. And they just told me, hey, that you we're about to fire you. So I was like, oh, okay. Like what? I didn't grasp on it for like 3 days. I didn't.
Were you up under family leave? Were you up under FMLA? Huh?
Was.
Okay.
Yeah, had doctor's notes and everything, but it's people get in new positions, they have new power, they just unfortunately they don't want to deal with people because family members are going through, so they just decided to get rid of
Let
me.
you go.
Yeah,
Let you go.
yeah. It was I felt angry, I felt rejected, I felt like I was shocked more than anything. I was shocked. I was like, did this really just happen to me? Like, I've been here 3 years and you guys fired me now because my mom is been sick. You know, she can't take care of herself.
Your mom was on her dying bed, right? You said your
Yeah.
mom was on her dying bed at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was just a lot, you know, trying to maintain, trying to take care of your mom, get her to rehab or the doctor's offices. And sometimes you neglect yourself. So I was neglecting myself to the point where I was like, okay, I cannot do this anymore. This is stressful. You know, you have family and friends that are working. So you're literally the only person that can help your mom, you know. So it was a tough situation to see my mom go through a heart
Your mom
attack.
was suffering.
Yeah, to see, I've never seen, because my mom is a joyful person. Like, my mom is silly, she's vibrant, but to see her in the transition where she is now, it's tough. She's getting back to good health, but it still takes time.
Right.
But it's just hard to see her go. Literally February 14th, she had the stroke. June 8th, she had the heart attack, and then August 9th, she was septic. So it was literally hard to see her go through all those transitions. And yeah, that was hard.
Okay, so you mentioned that your mom went through the stroke in February, yes?
Yes, sir.
Well, so that's quite important date, and we know that that's something that happened well, like 6 months ahead of well, your attempt to take your own life.
Right.
So tell me, before your mom had a stroke, was there anything wrong at all with your life, with anything around you?
No, sir. Not at all. Everything was going good. You know, life is good. You have a job and, you know, you can go and do things. But before she got sick, no, sir, everything was perfect. It wasn't, I didn't have any
Fantastic.
reasons.
It's great that you're saying this, because well, there is very important thing that I wanted to ask about. Do you think that back then in February, if you started to reach out for help, not looking for a job because you had a job,
Right.
but if you back then started to look for any type of help, support, while reaching out to maybe a person, maybe organization that helps people in difficult situation, would you have a chance back then to organize something sooner so you wouldn't be in that difficult situation?
I did actually try to reach out for help, try to reach out, but I never got anything back. Like I never got anything. So
you never got anything back?
Nothing?
Nothing.
No. Ooh. That is scary. What about the family members? Do you have anyone?
I do, but kind of touchy subject because you have family. Sometimes they can be there, sometimes they can't. And I just at the time I couldn't depend on family members do too, that they're having jobs, everybody's schedule is different, and sometimes people may not have the resources to help, if I would have needed it back then. Sometimes, people aren't available when you need them at that moment. So no, I didn't get any help the way I was expecting it to. I didn't get any help, no, sir.
You were needing some financial help, is that correct? Probably.
Not really. My check was kind of low, but I still had enough to, maintain until I got paid to, that following week or so.
Hmm.
It wasn't financially, I wasn't going downhill at that time. Not
At
yet.
that time.
No.
No, it was more about the time and care and attention that your mom needed.
Right. Yeah. That was my focus, just to make sure that she was good. Because I just knew, okay, once she's good, everything's gonna get back on track. But I had no idea that a couple months later that all of the other two would take place. Yeah. So
Well, that's you see, for you, you know it now, you experience it in a bad way, and some people might not know it, but we can see clearly all the systems that we believe in,
right.
all the organizations that help us, the government that's supposed to help us, well, health insurance that we pay for while we work, all those institutions that are there to support us in a situation like your mom was in, basically, they might fail.
Right.
And that's something very important for everyone to know.
Right, exactly.
And like you, well, did you expect that something might happen to your mom before it happened?
No.
Exactly. That's the way it is for every single person.
Right.
That's how it works for all of us. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, what phone call we're going to get tomorrow morning, and what might happen.
Right. Yeah.
And that's why there is this thing that I always say, that the stress management is not something that you do when you're stressed.
Right.
It's something that you do so when the stressful situation come, you have support system.
Right.
Yes.
You know how to deal with it straight away.
Yes.
And that's in here, based, LASHANA, on your story, well, terrifying story, we can say. That's something for everyone who listens to acknowledge that when the time comes, we can only count on people that are close to our heart.
Coach, might I intervene for a moment? LASHANA, also, I want you to give me the name of the companies or whoever you try to outreach to, the companies. I would like to give me the name off camera, okay? Later on, I'll contact you, okay? All right.
Fantastic. That's good idea as well. It will be good to interview them. Well, no, it's one way or another. We know that you stayed by yourself.
Yeah.
But you still managed.
Yeah.
You still did everything you could. Yes, like you're saying, you had to.
Yeah.
And the only thing that you needed is to go to work, do your job, and get paid for it.
Right.
That's how little it is. The job and get paid.
Yeah.
That's all we need, basically, to survive. Everything else is here.
Yeah.
It's in our heads.
Yeah.
So, well, I know we'll be talking again.
Yes.
Is that right, Brenda? We'll be talking again.
We will be talking again because our time is running out. We have probably about 10 minutes, and we will be talking again on our next show for part 4. And LASHANA, everything's going to be fine with you. You know, I'm here for you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We both are.
Yeah. We're here for you. And so, Coach, what are your final words.
Well, just before we finish, I just wanted to ask about what we spoke about on the previous conversation. Did you go for a walk to remove yourself from the situation? Did you clear your head like that?
I did.
Tell me more about your experience. How did it feel?
It, it felt good in a way that it's almost like it's undescribable of the feeling that I had. You know, sometimes when you go in a store or like a kid, it's something that you really want so bad, and when you get it, you're excited. I just had this excitement, joy, that when I went walking and just had the headphones in, but I wasn't playing any music, of course. But but I eventually took it out, and I just like listened. I literally was listening to nature, and just to hear, and I looked up at the sky and just like, you know, I didn't realize how beautiful the sky is. So I walked and I just walked and I walked and I felt like an eagle or something just spreading its wings, and I just walk and just let the wind just like flow over me. It was something that was needed. I wish I would have took advantage before I got stressed out and before I got to that point. But when I did that, it felt so good, very good. So I go walking every chance I get. I go walking and I do the same thing.
Fantastic. That's great to hear. That's the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Because that's something that allows us to basically remove ourselves from everything else.
Right.
It's just me, myself, and I, like the song says.
Me, myself, and I.
Yes, that's how it is.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And it's going to change. It's going to become more spiritual. But for that, there is another exercise that I'm going to explain at some point. And something that definitely will be part, is part of my course that I have as well, the stress management course. Brenda, I believe you have a link, so we're going to put it in the comment. Yes.
Yes, we're going to put that in the description.
Yes, it's free. It's free to register right now. And I'm still building this platform to make sure that it gets to as many people as possible, so no one has to go through difficult situations like LASHANA did, because it is tough. It's something that you cannot describe, and it's something that you cannot understand unless you consider to take your own life. And believe me, it's not something that you want to experience. That's why it's worth to go for this walk and experience those fantastic emotions that LASHANA did before the bad thing happened.
Right.
Yes.
So, I believe, Brenda, is it time to
finish? It's time to wrap it up. LASHANA, thank you very much. We're gonna have a part 4 of this series. It's been great. LASHANA, you have some good news for us. You had an interview today too, right?
I did. I'm just waiting to hear back.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, wish you all the best.
Wish you all the best. Everything's going to go good. You know, Coach, I'm also going to set up a GoFundMe for LASHANA, okay? Because the most important thing, LASHANA and her mom need some financial assistance right now. So I am going to set up a GoFundMe. LASHANA, I'm going to do that for you and your mom, okay?
Fantastic. That's a great idea.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, LASHANA. Good night, everyone.
Thank you very much. See you again. Bye.
See ya. Bye.